What is the problem here? Come on. All righty. How the hell is everybody? Lots and lots of good stuff to get into today, as we're doing this a little bit different. It is a Victory Tuesday. Oh, caffeine engaged. Alrighty, so lots of different sides we can go here. With that said, let's go ahead and let's start with we are back on TJ's, and yes, I have redone my build so we can be on here, and basically that way we have a little bit more room for what the heck we are gonna be doing here. With that said, we got some wood delivered today. We have got a lot of running around to do today, but overall kind of this same build, except for that shed right there. Now there is some things that are missing that we still need to go ahead and take care of, but we've got this field to finish and the other field to finish over at TJ's. The wood, however, is probably, this is a farm that I want to take and I want to put a lot of time and a lot of effort into, because of the fact of that, I will be quite honest with you, I have fallen in love with this damn map, and I have absolutely fallen in love with where we've put in the house, because quite honestly, guys, there's a lot of room to build and there's a lot of room to improve, and what I want to do is I want to do a mixture of cattle and some horses. Now that is going to require a lot of building, and that's okay, but I want to do a nice long series on this map, as this map is still in beta. And if you guys know anything about DR's maps get better and better by the time that they release, and I'm super excited to see where this is gonna go. So look, we could be looking at something totally different by the day this map gets released. You never know. Other than that, we are going to be using this little bit of wood for some more fencing around the house, and we've got some paddocks to build as well. And it is a little bit of a sad day for me because my pride and joy, the Sterling, is leaving today because we are buying something that is by far and away a real life project that I want to work on. I don't know if I will ever get to it, but you guys will see what we will be getting shortly. And then, of course, we have also got to be a damn farmhand today and get after quite a bit as we get on to TJ's, as we have got planting, we've got spraying, and we have also got some things that we need to go pick up for the homie himself. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's hop up in the Sterling and let's get on out of the house. And we got to come back here anyway because I forgot we got to go pick up a couple of things. But I reckon let's get on down to TJ's first, and then we will go ahead and we will get into what in the world we are going to be spending some money on today. But yeah, I mean, if you guys know, back in 17, DR was the one who created UMRV for 17. And for me personally, that was one of my favorite maps. It was one of my favorite maps way back in the day, before I even thought of even making content on this damn game. So, with that said, I am excited because the fact of the matter is like I said, this map is still in a beta testing phase. And the fact of the matter is that I don't really like doing rankings, but man, I'll be honest with you, from the North Carolina map earlier in 22 here from DR, this map as well. Look, DR's maps continue to get better and better, so look, there is a standard for this one, because look, DR himself said it. He thinks this one is going to knock UMRV out of 17 out of the park. And that's a pretty high standard. And I like that. I like hearing that. So let's do it. So we will get on down to TJ's. I know we've got some planning to do. I know we're going to go and pick up the new service truck today as well. So that should be fun. I know TJ has been hard at work trying to take care of his own farm as we get after it here on this brand new map. And in the short time that we have played it, it has become really the homestead for us regarding our playthroughs. This one just kind of feels like home. We've put a lot of time and effort into UMRV, and we'll eventually go back. But this one just feels right. And I know that's silly to say about a game map, but the fact of the matter is that it just feels right. When you find a map that you really like, you tend to play it quite a bit, and this happens to be one of those, specifically for myself and for TJ, because it is something we talk about on the daily regarding this map. There has been some updates. I see old TJ putting up another cow shed. I like that. So we'll see. I mean, we may get into productions. We may get into all that kind of stuff. But for right now, I think the main focus is going to be the animals. As we get going here, got the massive chicken barn. Crops are growing beautifully. And so it's really going to be about where can we take it from here and really find out. But this just happens to be where we are at. So far, anyway. We got the other cattle shed down here. He's got the other workshop, which looks entirely sick. Absolutely love that. Looking good. I like it. Oh, old TJ bought himself a Cummins. Attaboy. Alright. I see. Okay. Went with the white. Okay. Like that. Nice. But it certainly is not going to outdo the service truck. Wait until y'all see that. So I reckon, go ahead and park the truck. Yes, sir. Got that Starlight headliner in there. Looking good, looking good. I see we've got a weeder too. Well, I reckon what we will do then, let's go ahead and let's grab the two-wheel drive real quick, and we'll get that moved out of the way. Oh, okay. Got everything ready to go in here. Looking good. That's what we like to see. Really? Why do you gotta shut the door? Ridiculous. But no, we're just warming the jet. We're just warming the jets up here. Gonna get everything ready to roll on a Victory Tuesday here, as we get set to give you a Week 6 reaction. So I reckon, I don't know if this is going to be able to even maneuver this or not. So I think we're going to wait on the other tractor, but we'll just hook it up for right now. And then we can detach it later. Because we are going to need to use that for what in the world we have got going today. So, all sorts of goodies going on here. Is there anything else that I'm missing here? No, there's not. Alright, back. Alright, so this can be moved. Then I don't really want to put this over by the silos, so I reckon we will park this in the old trucks department, and then we will go from there on that. I would assume, I don't see anything about it in the notes here, which I am going to get into that here momentarily, about the notes that TJ and I leave each other for these streams. So I reckon this can just go here for right now. And then we will use the 3.7 in the, or for the trailer. I do not mind the white on this truck. I kind of like the original that I went with, the black, but this white silver mix actually looks really, really sick. Winter wheat is almost ready to go, but looking at the notes here, not seeing anything. I will have to talk to TJ about it. I would assume next video or next stream is when we are going to go ahead and we are going to get after getting the animals in the pens, at least for here, because I know we want to get into that as soon as possible. So we will leave the small trailer for right now, and we are going to get the Wilson hooked up there. Looking good. I like it. TJ bought himself a case sprayer. Looking good. I actually really like TJ's setup here. Very, very good. Alrighty. So, I reckon I know we need to get this field sprayed. Let's get to planting, because I know we're going to need to do that first, because that's going to take the longest, and then we can go ahead and do that. Oh, look at that ranch hand. Attaboy, TJ. Nice job. Dig it. Alright, so go ahead, get this out of the way. And we can go and pick up my new truck later, because we are going to be selling my Dodge. So I reckon I can go there. And we will get on over to mine, and let's go ahead and we will do a little bit or try and get one. Let's try and at least get these beans started here, and then we will go ahead and we'll head down and get the service truck when it's ready. So with that said, it is a Victory Tuesday, and man, oh man, what a game. A lot of positives, and there's a lot I want to talk about, and I want to start with Jared Goff, and I'll be honest with you, this is really a lot of the people who will not agree with this take will tell you that it's a hot take. I'm here to tell you it's not. Because very, very simply, what this is, quite frankly, is it is point blank something that I absolutely love. And the fact of the matter is it is really with any fan base, you are going to have this problem. And the thing is that, look, I come on here and I present you with the evidence that I saw in the game. I try and back it up with numbers. I try to really give you guys a take on it, not just this idea of let's see and play it out. That's not me. To me, too many people with the industry that I work in do that. And I'll be the first to tell you, I think they're absolute clowns. I think they're absolute losers. Because you're not doing justice for yourself. You're not doing justice for your job. And it just tells me that, quite frankly, you don't love your job enough, and that you don't really value your job. The fact of the matter is that week after week after week, Jared Goff continues to prove this narrative wrong. And the way that I am going to start this out is that it is going to be a common theme throughout the next couple of weeks here, is that, look, very, very simply, here's how this works. We just finished up Week 6 in the National Football League. And each week is its own animal. Each week is its own animal, and whether it is a reaction or a preview, I come on here with the information that is presented, that is public, by the way, and when you are presented with that information, you bring up a conversation about it. And that's how it is week to week. And that's really how it goes. Now, obviously, with my job, it's a little bit different. We have to not only create these crazy little questions, but if I wanted to be like the people that I talked about a little bit earlier, then it would have to be this hot take garbage of this idea of something that is not really relevant. And what is relevant is the fact that each week I continue to hear that you have to wait on paying Jared Goff. And what does Jared Goff do? Jared Goff goes out there, plays his ass off, and specifically continues to prove these people wrong. So then we get to a victory Monday, a victory Tuesday, whatever it may be, and we get to moving goalpost. And I'll be honest with you, that's what a lot of people do. Now, personally, I think that's pretty weak. But however, very, very simply, Jared Goff comes out and plays his heart out, plays his ass off, and specifically continues to show these specific people that say, well, you have to wait. Now, here is my specific problem with waiting to pay Jared Goff. Waiting to pay Jared Goff as long as this team is winning. With each win that comes out of it, the price only goes up. The fact of the matter is that I have already told you and will continue to tell you that very, very simply, for me, it is about the goal at hand. This team is only worried about this week. They are not worried about the playoffs. They are not worried about a Super Bowl. They are not worried about an NFC title game. They take this a very, very different way than most NFL teams do. And the fact of the matter is that each week, no matter what it is, whether it is my station, whether it is the local station here, however many people that are on YouTube that talk about the Lions and Jared Goff, I continually hear the same narrative being pushed of, well, you need to wait on paying Jared Goff because of this or that. And the fact of the matter is that each week it continues to show, Jared Goff continues to show very, very simply that at the end of the day, this team has found a franchise QB. And the fact of the matter is that each time these people are proven wrong, two things happen. A, it's this goalpost moving of each week. And then they'll say, well, you need to do this. Well, you need to do that. And the fact of the matter is that very, very simply, it is just this let's move this goalpost to this or to this. And the fact of the matter is that very, very simply, then it comes to B. Jared Goff comes out every single week and continues to prove these people wrong. The fact of the matter is that with each win, guys, this price continues to go up. Now, I've heard these suggestions of would you float out, a hometown discount. I don't know that Jared Goff is taking a hometown discount. The fact of the matter is that this team is different, this franchise is different, the mindset, the mentality, the culture, a lot of things are different around this. So we can float the idea out there because that's truly what the media does, but the fact of the matter is that based on people that I have talked to that are close to the situation, they do not have an answer for me at this time. Now look, here's the deal. At that time, look, I'm absolutely going to find a baseline with numbers, and we are going to make it a conversation on this channel. Look, as I've said before, and I will say it many, many times before I am off this platform, is that very, very simply, yes, this channel is different. But I'm not going to lollygag. And I'm not going to... I'm not going to dick around just to go ahead and... keep doing what we're doing. I'm not just going to dick around and tell you guys, hey, well, here's this. Hey, here's that. No, I'm actually going to bring stuff to back it up. Now, look, I don't have a baseline as of right now because I need to do some research on that to really see where we're at. As far as years go, look, I don't have an answer for you there either. I would assume probably 3 to 4, maybe even 5. That's just guesstimating. I don't even know if that's a word. Here I am making up words again. The fact of the matter is that, look, Jared Goff continues to prove these people wrong. And I absolutely love that. And the thing is that you see these posters, right? In fact, as I have one pulled up here of these promos for the Lions, and it says "All Us." Guys, that game versus Tampa Bay, All Us is this team. That's what this team resembles, is All Us. And they are fighting for each other. They are believing in each other. And very, very simply, look, I think you found a franchise QB. And as I said in the last stream, very, very simply, look, you have put forth an effort specifically into resiliency, and I think that's another word that you could use to describe this team. is, and I think that's a word you could use to describe Jared Goff as well, because that has been his story of resilience, his story of being the Hollywood guy that moves to Detroit of all places, gets traded here, and puts his head down and finds himself again. Look, very, very simply, I love it. I absolutely love it. And the thing is I do think the fans should love it as well. Because very, very simply, you found a franchise QB who is helping this team win, who is guiding this team on this incredible start. And very, very simply, I think it really stems from the fact of that this coaching staff, this ownership, this GM believes in Jared Goff. I think this locker room believes in Jared Goff. I believe there is a portion of the fan base who believes in Jared Goff. And very, very simply, look, he is your QB1. Point blank. And I just love the fact that he's taking command of this locker room. And, I mean, him walking off the field and saying, are you hearing this? Or are you seeing this? Best effing fans in the league. And he's right. You know, this is a story about a city, about a team, about a fan base turning a corner, and Jared Goff is at the helm with Brad Holmes, with Dan Campbell. And I love it. I love the fact that week to week, this guy just goes out there. It is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet, and puts his head down and gets onto the helm and leads this team to victory. And the fact of the matter is that he continues to prove people wrong of that, well, you have to wait on paying him. Why? Because I will tell you, and this is from sources that I have talked to who are close to the situation, look, it is very, very simple. Based on the people that I've talked to, there is already pressure within the organization based on the numbers to get after this contract thing with Jared Goff. So I wanted to start there. I absolutely love it. I can't think of a better way for this season to go. Now look, I understand people are going to freak. I understand that I am going to have to be the voice of reason. But look, I'll just be honest with you. At the end of the day, it's time to give this guy his roses. It really is. This guy has came out and continued to prove exactly why he is the franchise QB of our Detroit Lions. And he was traded here. And very, very simply, it was awesome. The guy stood through the adversity and has now is now bringing this team to the top. is seeing the fans' love and giving the love right back. I mean, as I said, I remember sitting through the listening to middays and listening to mornings, and all of the uncomfortable interviews that we had to do week in, week out with Jared, and him being just so humble, and him just being so upfront, so honest, and really just putting this franchise on his back, I think speaks a lot. And look, you know, I know everybody doesn't watch them. The post game little videos that the team posts. Look, straight up, this that's not an act. He is truly taking over this locker room, and he is truly putting forth an effort within this team to get them in the right position, not just to win, but to accomplish bigger goals. And the thing is that you're hearing that from the top to bottom, whether it is players, whether it is coaching staff, the QB, the coach, the GM. You are hearing the fact that this team in specifically has bigger goals ahead of themselves. And so I think that is a major shift within this organization. With that said, we get to a couple of different conversations here. You have got Jason McCourty, quote, Jared Goff is a top 10 QB in this league. The way he's playing right now, he's playing some of the best ball of his career. And the fact of the matter is, yeah, he should absolutely be in the conversation of top 10. In fact, this is something we're going to talk about in Friday's episode. But the fact of the matter is, you have Dan Patrick coming out today talking about Jared Goff should be in the MVP conversation. And I will give you the numbers. Look, for me, yeah, I'm willing to put Goff in that conversation because the numbers say so. And the fact of the matter is that, yeah, nationally, of course he's going to get talked down upon. But I'll ask you again, what replaces winning? Let's get into the JMO catch. So look, this is another bold take here. Look, I understand that you know, people don't like the fact of that people like myself, like other hosts, are going to get on JMO. But the fact of the matter is that the Lions are using him the correct way. The fact of the matter is that this came after a drop, and quite frankly, what you saw in the Tampa Bay game is exactly what JMO is going to be here. The fact of the matter is that very simply, I love the catch. I'm very happy. I think that does a lot for his confidence. I think that's going to do a lot, primarily as far as what's next. Because as I talked about in the last stream, yeah, I do think the next 4 weeks, next 3 weeks now, are going to be pivotal for this young man's career. And the fact of the matter is that I think with that catch, I think it does solidify, look, you're going to be the number 4 receiver on this team. And the fact of the matter is that, yeah, we're going to rely on you to go ahead and block. We're going to rely on you to be a decoy. We are going to rely on you to be there where you need to be. The fact of the matter is that I just keep going back to these Dan Campbell comments of reliability, trustability, and him creating this connection with Jared Goff, like Jared Goff has with Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, that entire offensive core. But the fact of the matter is that there is not going to be a game where you are going to see JMO as your number 1 receiver. The fact of the matter is that it goes back to these Ben Johnson comments on Friday that we talked about of we haven't been able to stack good days on top of each other. I think after this catch, I do believe in the fact of that, okay, we can have a little bit of a sigh of relief for right now. But the fact of the matter is that, and I can't even take credit for this, a caller brought it up, it is the fact of that there needs to be, there needs to be the fact of that the expectation for JMO does need to be raised. And I'll tell you right now, yeah, I'm absolutely looking forward to, yeah, I want to hear reports coming out of practice that he's tearing it up in practice. And that's really where I'm at with that. I want to see the expectation raised. I do want to see JMO held accountable. Look, everybody wants this kid to be a part of this team and be a part of this winning culture. The fact of the matter is that, look, this has been an incredible ride so far as this season goes. So, let's get it, man. Let's see what else we can do. You know, I know Ben, in fact, excuse me one moment. You know, I know Ben Johnson talked a little bit earlier this week, or not earlier this week, but last week. Excuse me. About Sam Laporta, and the comment was something to the effect of that I'm trying to see what he can't do. Look, that's the expectation I want to see for in specifically Jameson Williams. And I do think that does need to be the expectation in specifically for this fan base, for this coaching staff, and for Jameson Williams himself. Jared Goff needs to be on his ass. Ben Johnson needs to be on his ass. Dan Campbell, same way. I do want to talk about our unsung hero. And no, I'm not talking about Josh Reynolds. Because Josh Reynolds is a unsung hero. But I want to talk about an unsung hero here too. I don't think this guy's getting enough credit. Look, I told you after the Seattle game, if you come out and you lose week 3, the guy should have been fired. You won week 3 and the defense stepped up. You've now got a relentless, a fierce defense. Look, straight up, I'm really looking forward to this, to seeing what this defense does the rest of the year. And the fact of the matter is that you have the number 1 rushing defense in the NFL right now. And look, I think that leads to this bold proclamation of that, yeah, this team might be losing both coordinators to head coaching jobs this offseason. The fact of the matter is that this defense keeps playing the way they do. Man, oh man, is this defense balling. So credit to AG. Credit to AG on this turnaround. I do not think he is getting enough credit regarding where this team is at as far as the defensive side of the ball. I mean, first of all, we got to talk about Alex Anzalone. Who was that guy on Sunday? My goodness. That was the best performance I have seen from Alex Anzalone since he's been a Lion. Quite frankly, the fact of the matter is that, look, a lot of the fans, including myself, went ahead, excuse me, need a little drink here. We went ahead and we scratched our head when Brad Holmes extended Alex Anzalone last year, or in the offseason. Man, oh man, has that been an underrated re-signing, because that performance on Sunday, as I said, was the best performance I've seen from Alex Anzalone since he's been a Lion, and I love that guy. That guy was flying across the field, sideline to sideline, tracking the ball down, and man, oh man, what a performance there. Look, here's another one for you. The depth of this team that we heard all season, or not all season, but all in specifically all off season, during the summer, during the spring, during OTAs, training camp, etc. We continued to hear about this depth. Guys, you know what makes a great team? Your depth. And I said it last stream. The fact that you have injuries and the fact that you have guys who are down, guys, the fact of the matter is that your depth on this team is showing. The depth on this team is being tested, and it is passing every test so far with flying colors. Now look, so, as far as going into week 7, against Baltimore. Look, this is going to be another test. This is going to be another test to this team. And look, I'm looking at you, Reynolds. I mean, everybody loved that block that sprung Amon-Ra free for the TD. I'm looking at you, Jahmyr Gibbs. You're gonna have to show up. Now, look, I don't think Bmore is great. I think they're good. But the fact of the matter is that very, very simply, this is going to be another test. And look, I think you win this game. I think it's going to be, I think we're looking at something bigger. I'll just be straight up with you. I'll tell you right now, you beat Baltimore, we're looking at something different with this team. And look, I'm going to just tell you right here, right now, enjoy it. Because the fact of the matter is that everything that we are still looking forward to at the end of the season can still happen. But the fact of the matter is that, you are going to be tested. But man, oh man. This is going to be something that is a lot bigger if you beat Baltimore. To me, this win against Tampa, I think it was better than KC. And it takes a lot for me to say that. I had fans coming at me pregame of, this team, they're just going to blow them out by double digits. And I'll tell you right here, right now, you guys were right. You guys were right, man. And look, I think that's something that you can attest to for this team. Straight up. And I don't say that lightly. But I was very impressed by this team Sunday night. As I said, I think it was better than KC. I think it was better than beating KC week 1. I know everybody wants to have their little tiff with that. Do what you please. But the fact of the matter is that they won that game, and they won this game. And here's the numbers for Jared Goff. And I love this. So this is the last 17 games as a Detroit Lion for Jared Goff. 68% completion rate. 4,400 yards. 4,473 to be exact. 29 TDs, 4 picks. I don't know what else this dude has to prove. But, this dude has put up the numbers, has done everything that he is supposed to do. The fact of the matter is that you found a franchise QB. Look, I think it's a rejuvenation, and credit to my favorite caller. on this one. It is a rejuvenation in the city. It is a rejuvenation of a fan base, of a team, of a city. This is something special. This is something that is by far and away that, man, oh man, this has been a hell of a ride, and we're only through week 6. We still got weeks to go. But the fact of the matter is that, man, oh man, has this been a hell of a ride, and it's continuing to be one throughout the week. I was... So, well, this is a funny story. So, I got out of work, and I had to go to the grocery store. And so I was wearing my Lions hat today. And, I walk in, and it's just like there is this different energy about this fan base, because anywhere you go, you'll see people wearing Lions gear. You'll see people saying that they're proud to be a Lions fan. And then on top of that, the fact of getting a "Let's Go Lions" or a "Go Lions." It's wild. It's something that I don't even remember in my lifetime going somewhere, because if you ever used to wear Lions gear, you would just get laughed out of the room, quite frankly. And the fact of the matter is that, man, oh man, how cool is it now that you're coming together, and people are just coming together from all over the place and crediting this team. I know there's been a lot of national pundits who has given this team their flowers, and rightfully so. Look, the game changes from week to week. And at the end of the day, look, I think that's really where this team's mindset is different. And I think this team's mindset of where this team is now is the fact of that we're taking it week to week, and we're going to see what the hell happens. The fact of the matter is that, look, I don't think anybody predicted 5-1 heading into week 7 against Baltimore. And as I said, that's one, so let's go. As I said, 3-1 these next 4. And the thing is that I'm truly just taking the approach like the team does. No, I'm not looking ahead to the Raiders. No, I'm not looking ahead to the Chargers. No, I'm not looking ahead to the Bears. Look, very, very simply, like, it just kind of is what it is. For right now, we're on to Baltimore. And look, as I said, I think you beat Baltimore. Okay. Now we're talking about something bigger. And look, I'll just go ahead and I'll throw the question out right here, right now. How far are you willing to dream? You get the win on Sunday. You know, you see Lion fans take over another stadium. I don't think you're going to do that in Baltimore because of how good that team is. But very, very simply, man, like, look, I think this is going to be, one of your tougher games. But the fact of the matter is that this team is hot right now. This team is hot. This team is playing like this is a brand new era. And the fact of the matter is that this is really credit to Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. Now, speaking of Brad Holmes, when the trade deadline week comes up, I am expecting Brad Holmes to be on the phone. But the fact of the matter is that I'm also just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this out there. Yeah, I will need Brad Holmes to be tactical. I'm looking at two positions. As of right now, yeah, I think there's a lot of hope in JMO. But the fact of the matter is that you got to pick your poison here. Do we want a wide receiver? Or do we want to get Aiden Abadi, have two huge defensive linemen, or not defensive linemen, edge rushers, bookend pass rushers, which I'll be honest with you is top of my list. And then on top of that, I'm looking at another corner, because look, the secondary is banged up right now, and if I can shore up those two spots, look, here's the deal. Sometime in November, probably after November 10th, I believe there's a game around there for the Lions. Look, very, very simply, to me, it's very, very simple. If you can shore up those two spots, I think not only can you win more games, but on top of that, you're gonna be able to kind of just patchwork those little holes that we have right now. The fact of the matter is that, yeah, secondary stepped up in the Tampa game. Tracy Walker, man, that hit, oh my goodness, that was why you're a fan. If you are a football fan, man, that's what you're looking for week to week. Straight up. But yeah, edge and corner are really the two positions I'm looking to shore up. Because quite frankly, yeah, I want to keep that number one defense. I want to see this defense continue to ball out. And look, I think if this defense continues to ball out, yeah, I think you're definitely looking at something different. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, you still got to play the games, no doubt. But for me, yeah, this is Brad. I hired you as my GM. You have been tactical with many moves, including Amon-Ra, including Brian Branch. Very, very simply, I need you to be tactical. I need you to be and swing and trade here. Because I will tell you right here, right now, this team should be active. Because I think with each win that comes, I think very, very simply, I think the expectation continues to get raised, and rightfully so. As I said, I'll ask you again, what replaces winning? This team has embodied the head coach. You got Brad Holmes out there rocking it, just absolutely loving the fans. You've got the fans traveling to these games and giving these opposing teams plenty of headaches. The fact of the matter is that this team is winning, straight up. And so, I'm really looking forward to seeing where we're at here. But the fact of the matter is that, look, I just want to know, where are you guys at with it? If I think the fact of the matter is that this is something that's something different, and I think this is even turned the corner for me, because I'll be honest with you. Heading into the season, I was a little bit skeptical. But the fact of the matter is that, no, I don't think anybody projected 5-1 coming out of week 6. The team just playing incredible. The team believing in each other. The fact of the matter is that, look, all us is that team. I gave you the speech last stream. Look, this is a call to Lions fans. Look, straight up, if you're not on board, the train's leaving the station, and if you are on board, it's time we embody this team and we start believing in each other as fans, and we take that and we put that energy towards the team, and that's kind of where this goes from there. The next thing that I want to get into is something that I heard quite a few hosts getting into today, and I'll tell you right now, if this person gets traded, I think a lot of Lion fans are going to be pissed. But the fact of the matter is that there's this weird James Houston narrative going on of that, well, you would have to give up James Houston, you'd have to give up this player, that player, probably a couple draft picks, and then this, that, and the other. I'll tell you right here, right now, I'm not getting rid of James Houston. I talked about this with Frank Clark. Look, if you're looking to make the postseason, you need a dog in that lineup. And if you're going to have a dog in that lineup, it's going to be Aiden Hutchinson, it's going to be James Houston, and it's going to be Frank Clark. But the fact of the matter is that very, very simply, I'm really looking forward to seeing Can James Houston be what he was before he got injured? If he even has a resemblance of that, okay, then we're in a good spot. And I'll be honest with you, that's really what I'm going to be looking for come November, when, and specifically, he is back in that lineup and ready to go. I do want to talk about this narrative because, man, this is one I usually just brush this off, and quite frankly, I don't let it get to me. But man, oh man, did it get to me today of this idea of this schedule narrative. Look, here's the deal. You know what your schedule is going to be next year? Guys, your schedule is going to be even harder next year. But the fact of the matter is that, look, you can say ifs and buts all you want. But the fact of the matter is that the schedule makers gave the Lions this schedule in specifically. Right? And that's exactly what they did. And so, straight up, it's just kind of, it is what it is. Like we can argue about the schedule all we want, but the team doesn't make the schedule makers do. And then there's this narrative, and this is the one that really, really bothered me, because I don't think Dan Campbell would allow it. And quite frankly, I don't think the leaders in that locker room would allow it. This ego narrative. And as I just said, I don't think the leaders in the locker room, and I don't think the coach would allow it. Quite frankly, I really don't. Because very, very simply, if this is true in any way, that this team is here in the media, this team's here in the press, this team's reading their own press clippings, and they're getting full of themselves, then you know what? That's on the team. That's on the team. And if they're getting full of themselves, then here's the deal. Let me find out this is true, and I'll tell you right here, right now, Week 7's a must-win. Because if you're going to have this little ego deal within this locker room, and they're going to be reading their own press clippings and so on, then let me tell you something. You better come out and you better back it up. And that's where we get into the third thing. Now, usually I try not to bring it. I try not to bring it up because I don't want no part of it. But you have C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Debo Samuel going up or going at it on X. Look, I'm not one for all that. Very, very simply, it's put your head down and go to work. Now, I get it. CJ's hurt and this, that, and this, that. But the fact of the matter is that, no, I'm not looking to be dealing with social media bullshit, and specifically heading into this game. This team does not need that noise. Now, look, I like what CJ brings to this team. I don't know if you're going to sign him long term. But the fact of the matter is that here's the deal. Very, very simply, no, I do not need the noise. This team does not need the noise. And really, this goes back to my point about the ego thing of that. Very, very simply, it's just kind of simple. It's simple enough to the fact of that, look, if this team in any way, shape, or form is listening to the media or is, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but even in a long shot, listening to me, of all people, look, very, very, very simply, I don't see the leaders in that locker room. I don't see the head coach allowing it, and anybody on this team having an ego. The fact of the matter is that they're not looking for the noise right now. They are staying in their bubble, and it is the fact of that it's the ultimate of put your head down and go to work. So let's talk about this deal of best team in the NFC since the Niners lost and the Eagles lost. Look, very, very simply, I think you can make the case for all three teams. But the fact of the matter is that I don't really care. Quite frankly, I don't really care if they're the best team in the NFC or not. And this really goes back to really how I started tonight. Here's how this works. You are presented with information. You create a takeoff of that information. And this is a week-to-week process. But look, very, very simply, yeah, I think you can make the argument for all three teams. But as far as it goes, they keep playing like this. Boy, I got to tell you, it's going to be hard to argue in specifically that they're not in that conversation. But for me personally, yeah, I don't really care. Because as long as this team goes out, wins, and then on top of that, accomplishes their goal that, they're supposed to, and specifically right here in the now, this season, then you can make the conversation. And look, I think through the 6 weeks, yeah, they've definitely made the conversation. They've made the conversation as the best team in the NFC. And point blank because of this defense. Point blank because of Jared Goff. As I said, 68% completion rate, 4,400 yards, 29 TDs, 4 picks. As far as Sunday goes, Craig Reynolds, Jahmyr Gibbs, gonna have to grow up fast, man. Looking at you for this Sunday. Now look, I hate the fact that Monty's gonna miss some time. I know we re-signed, Mo Ibrahim from the Minnesota Golden Gophers to the practice squad. The fact of the matter is that, look, I think what people are looking to see is they are looking for that game, and specifically from Jahmyr Gibbs to show why he was drafted where he was drafted. And I think that's really the deal. I think people are looking for the same type of game from Jack Campbell. I don't think there's a conversation to be had about Brian Branch, because I think you have seen that throughout the season. Now, there may still be some doubters out there, but I think that's your steal of the draft. And then, of course, obviously, Sam Laporta doing his deal. Look, I think very, very simply, yeah, I don't think you need to see that game from Sam Laporta, because of the fact of, at the end of the day, Sam Laporta is, to me, a top 3 tight end in this league, if not top 5. But look, I think for a lot of people, I do think they're looking to see that game from Jahmyr Gibbs. I think they're looking to see that game from Jack Campbell. And look, I'll be honest with you, I think it's coming. Another guy that I think is on that list is Derek Barnes. I mean, we've already seen one from Anzalone, so yeah, I'm looking to see one from Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes has there were a lot of rave reviews coming out of camp that, look, he might be LB1. I still want to see that game from him. And the thing is that I think right now, we've hit, well, actually, I don't think, I know we've hit rarefied air of, I can't remember a time where we would celebrate for 24 hours, and then it's, it's right back to, then it's right to focusing on the next week. Look, the fact of the matter is that I don't remember a time like that, where fans are excited immediately for the next game. And it's fun, man. This ride is incredible. And the thing is I think what's awesome is that it is uniting this fan base, uniting most of this fan base into the fact of being able to dream. And that's really my entire question here is, how far are you willing to dream? How far are you willing to dream of of this team. Because I think with each win, I think very, very simply, I think it's truly gotten to a place where, yeah, the expectation is getting raised by, and specifically, every single win. You know, it is the fact of that you have national writers, or not national writers, but national analysts, local analysts. You have got people that are actually believing in this team, and as I said, to me, it is uniting a fan base to come together. And look, I'll tell you right now, if you're a Lions fan, it's time, man. It's time this fan base, we unite for this season, and we get to dream a little bit. Now, for me, doing this, I'm not really allowing myself to dream more than the fact of that, yeah, this team is in the mix as legitimate contenders for the NFC. And that's really where the line of lineation is for me right now. Now look, you beat Baltimore, then I'll come on here and tell you this team is going to be doing something bigger than being just a legitimate contender. You've got people talking about how real and raw this team is. And it's just awesome to see, man. I mean, it's awesome. And not only that, but, and I know this is going to sound silly as hell, but the fact of the matter is that Mondays are just like, Mondays are fun again. And I know, like, no legitimate adult would, like, ever say that, because, like, it's just weird for an adult to talk about Mondays being actually fun and Mondays actually being this day where, as an adult, you're not complaining. But no, I mean, the fact of the matter is that for me, yeah, Mondays are becoming fun again. Like, this season in specifically, I know guys at my station, and even the local station, they can't wait to get to work on Monday, because Mondays are actually this thing of, like, holy shit, like, we're actually having fun. And so, yeah, for me, it's pretty simple. And I know that sounds silly, but look, during football season, Fridays, Flannel Fridays are always going to be my favorite because, well, adulting, we're talking power flannels, football and strong coffee. Like, Fridays are always going to be that day, but with this win streak that's going on, man, oh man, is it fun. So, that's nice. I see we're frozen again, huh? Interesting. Alrighty then. Well, hang on just a minute. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll get that off. Let's go ahead and get a save. Okay, welcome back. Let me make sure we're still rolling here. Pretty sure, have no idea if you guys can hear me or not, but yippee. So with that, this comes by way of a text message that I received from a buddy, and this was yesterday. It does sound like Brian Branch. Well, actually, I'll just give you the whole quote here. Quote, Dan Campbell, during his media presser, says he feels a lot better about Gibbs this week. And Mitchell and Branch were trending in the right way. Getting Gibbs back and Branch back will be huge against Baltimore. And I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree in the fact of that getting those two back is going to be huge for this team going against Baltimore. So we will get into more of that on Friday. So now that I know TJ's asleep, doing his thing, let's go ahead and let's get a little slander in. Now, very, very simply, let me be very clear. This is all in good fun to my partner because TJ is... Let me put it this way. TJ is the one who makes all of this possible because TJ listens to damn near everything. I listen to a lot of stuff, and not only that, but TJ is the one who leaves all the notes for what the hell we're doing in each episode of whatever we're farming. And then on top of that, TJ does a lot of the other stuff that, quite frankly, I don't get to do because of me being so busy. But the point is that it is rivalry week, and TJ is not excited. And I want to understand where we're at here. Now, as I said, it is rivalry week. And I got to be honest, there's not really much to talk about as far as this goes, because quite frankly, I want pain. I want those donors. Quite frankly, I want Michigan State embarrassed. I want pain. Donors, Haller, in specifically the BOT. I mean, I just want pain. Like, this team should be embarrassed for the way that they played on Saturday against Rutgers and losing, clown carring it. But back on track here, because I told TJ this morning, I can't understand it. Like, this is the 1 week where it's just fun. Like, it's just fun to take shots at the opposing fan base. And we're also, taking shots of tequila. But, but no, I mean, it's just like, TJ just was like, bro, I'm not excited for this game. And look, I don't know about you guys, but we do a thing every year. And the thing is that it makes me feel weird. Like, I know I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to, because I can't help but be honest. But the fact of the matter is that, like, this is the type of game that makes me feel weirdish. Like, because I don't have anybody in my life. So, everybody that's over has, like, somebody in their life. And then on top of that, like, there's a couple of them who have kids. So it's like this weird space of like, okay, but like, I want to have somebody in my life, but at the same time, I also want to be that fun uncle, like, for no reason. But yeah, it's weird. But the point is that we do a cookout. We get the smoker out, we get the grill out. We have fun, and it's tradition. It's tradition for this game. It's tradition for Michigan and Ohio State. Because that's just what we do. But TJ this morning was like, I quote, "I'm just not excited for this game. There's just like no juice." And I just looked at him and I'm like, I don't even know who you are right now. Because the fact of the matter is that, like, this is something that I think people look forward to. Like, you get to literally just pound your opponent with flavor. Like that. Like, that's all this is. And look, I know it's going to be a blowout. I mean, I'm rooting for Michigan because, look, you're the betting favorite for the Natty now. A little bit of value. Shout out Jimmy Cookies. But look, like I said, I want pain. I want Jimmy to go for it. 2 points every time. Every time they get in the end zone, 2-point conversion. We're talking like I hope they put up 60 on this team. But I understand I can be like spiteful at times. But like, this is sports. Why can't I be spiteful? Like, just put up 60 and then just, you know, close the coffin and you know, we'll just go from there. And then of course, TJ being TJ, and him being himself. I quote, "This is basically sitting down to watch Negan with his baseball bat beat the crap out of your nana or your grandma or your aunt." And it's like, like, we didn't need to go that far. But I get the point. So of course TJ doing his thing. But no, I mean, look, I'm stoked. Like I am stoked for this game because I want to see pain. Like, I'm talking about ultimate disrespect, and I'll put it in this term, because I really think, honestly, that in specifically Kirk Herbstreit put it best. Believe this was in the Washington and game, Oregon game. Like, this is college football, and we're talking about field storming, and we're talking about pure emotion. And look, that is college football for a lot of people. It really is. But in specifically, look, to me, in specifically, like I said, I want pain. And I think this is going to be your best spot to do it. And the fact of the matter is that, I mean, you had the head coach decide that he was going to fumble an $80 million bag to play with his own. You've got what happened last week at Rutgers. And I mean, quite frankly, I think with the way college football is going, this truly could be one of the teams that is forgotten about. And I truly do mean that. As far as some Michigan thoughts, I had people texting me, "Oh, did you see the first play? They were down by 7. Indiana scored," and I'm like, "Really? Like, this is what we're doing?" And then Michigan decides to just go, "Yeah, no, you're not gonna beat us today." Overall, it was nice to see. And look, if I'm within the administration, if I'm saying to Ono, the president, yeah, I'm looking at a lifetime deal, as I told you in the last stream. No, I don't think there is a better place for Jim Harbaugh than coaching Michigan. Because everything that he does, antics included, you've got the media in your pocket. You're not going to have that in the NFL. Not only that, but in the NFL, you work for somebody. Jim Harbaugh does not have a boss. And look, I think it's very, very simple as far as where we're at here. Regarding, in specifically, this team. And if I'm Santa Ono, yeah, I'm looking at the Board of Trustees. I am looking at Ward Manuel. I'm looking at the coaching staff and saying, look, here's the deal. We're going to offer Jim a lifetime contract. And Jim is going to be, this is Project Unicorn. And that's really where I'm at with it. And that's really what it comes down to. I think this weekend's game is going to be pivotal, in specific, to where we're at as far as Michigan going after Natty, as far as beating Ohio State again, etc. I think you're looking at the fact of that. Yeah, if this team continues to play this way and that light bulb goes on, yeah, I'll be quite honest with you. Yeah, I do think they can beat Ohio State. But we're going to find out. What these two teams look like. Regarding Penn State, regarding Ohio State, which I think is truly going to be the game of the weekend, besides the Lions game. But as far as your college football Saturday, yeah, I think that's going to be your game of the week. Regarding that. So I just saw this by Brad Galley of WXYZ. ESPN's Marcus Spears said the Lions can, quote, absolutely represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, and that Jared Goff is probably playing with the most conviction in the NFL. Close quote. So a little bit more love there for the Leos. Alrighty. So now that we've got this done, we will go ahead and we'll get this folded up, and we are going to head back to the truck. and it is time to go and pick up the service truck and bring that home. And then it is time to go get the project. And then I think we are going to head back to my farm, or my place, and we'll talk about a few things. So, alrighty. Leave that there for the time being. And then we've got to get to fertilizing. We've got to get to spraying. My goodness, we've got a lot to do. Alrighty. God, this truck looks so good with the blue. Alrighty. So there's that. So we will go ahead, we'll head on up to the shop and let's freaking get after it. Alrighty. So we got to pick up TJ's service truck. I know we got some other things at the shop that we got to pick up as well. And most of it is TJ's, so it's kind of nice. But EAP, man. Alrighty. But no, I mean, we definitely got some really good things coming along with this map. I mean, we've got some really good ideas set up for this map. And personally, I mean, we are going to treat this like UMRV. Like I said before, the latest update of the game, we had almost like 200 and some hours on UMRV, so it's going to be a hell of a standard to match. On this map, but I gotta be honest with you, I think we can get it done. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. Like I said, I think we can get it done. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I know we are gonna do our absolute best to try and make it happen. Especially because, as I said, I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes you just start a map and then you find yourself really enjoying it, and not only that, but you also find yourself like just playing it a lot more than a lot of the other playthroughs. And trust me, we're going to get back to the other playthroughs eventually. But man, this one is just so addicting to have and be able to play. Oh my God, does that thing look good. Sheesh. Alright, so I know we've got the seed tender, and then we've got this mowing trailer. Let's do the trailer first. And as I said, this is all TJ stuff because mine's a bit farther out, so go ahead and I'm going to pull this up behind this tractor so it's out of the way. Yes, sir. Oh, baby. Shout out Tri-County. Services. TSC. Man, oh man. Looking good. So we subscribe to their Patreon. I am going to put their link in the description. So if you guys do want to check it out, click that link. Go check out some of their work. This Ford is one of them. And man, oh man, is this thing sick. F350 dually with the service bed. Oof. Yes, sir. Oh, look at that right there. Yeah, buddy. TSC. Let's go. Bless me, sweet Jesus. Really? Come on now. Alright, so strobes work. Oh, that's so sick. So, let's make sure. I know it's not always going to be on the seed tender, but we might as well just kill two birds with one stone. Go ahead and we can grab that and get the old seed tender ready to roll. And yes, sir. Alrighty then. That's not good. Seed tender over here catching on stuff. Alrighty then. Let's get this back on down the road. And we'll get this back to TJ's. We'll switch back up to my truck. And then we will go ahead and get over and start grabbing my stuff. And then we will go from there, ladies and gentlemen. I know TSC just dropped a new shop. Spoiler alert, be on the lookout, because that shop I plan on putting in this series for sure, man. That new stone shop, like, I've always been big on this for some reason, and I don't know why, but I kind of prefer the look of the stone shops a little bit more than I do like a usual shop or whatever. And so, very, very simply though, that shop that is gonna be on TSC's Patreon, I absolutely plan on using in this series, and it's I'll be honest with you, I think it's probably one of the slickest shops in FS right now, if I'm being honest with you. And then, of course, this truck does have the simple IC, so you can utilize the surface bed as well. So, shout out to TSC, man. Shout out to them. But yeah, straight up, I can't wait to get that shop and be able to utilize that. It's going to be awesome. Alrighty then. I just don't understand it. I really don't. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Alrighty. You know, I never actually thought of, hey, why don't I use the back way into the house instead of going around? Probably should use that next time. What are we doing here? Oh, well, that's good. It's frozen again. Unbelievable. I just do not understand it. Now that we're in the sun, that color looks sick. Heck yeah, man. I still don't understand why this hasn't changed yet. What are we doing here? I don't get it. Isn't it crazy though how like legitimately on one hand my phone is showing one thing and my laptop is showing another. Alrighty then. Alrighty. So seed tender and the service truck are back home. Very nice. And for now, set that right there. So that way we can start filling that bed with tools. Good looking truck, man. Good looking truck. Alright, let's see if we can get another save. Alrighty then. So there's that. And so it is about that time We will go ahead. We're going to get this trailer back over to TJ's, and then it is time. When we got a train coming. Snuck past it just fine. But no, I mean, look. As far as rivalry week, there's not really much to talk about. There's not, because Michigan is really the betting favorite for the Natty, and I mean, I guess about the only thing that I could ask, if you're a Michigan fan, is what is it going to take to get you amped for this game? You know, is it going to take a 20-point win? 30? You know, a 50 burger, a 60? What is it going to take? All right. And in fact, I think I'm going to borrow TJ's 40-foot trailer, so we can go and pick up the project. First and foremost, of course, we do got to get this home. I don't know. We might try and do a little bit of spraying before we hop off for the night. So, as you guys know, we will be back on Friday. And you know the drill, man. You know the drill, y'all. It'll be picks. It'll be a football Friday. And I'll talk with TJ tomorrow sometime. I would assume we're going to be back here, but I don't really know. So I would like to try and switch it up again and be on a different map. But the fact of the matter is that I can't really tell you where we're going to be at. So but I would say betting wise, yeah, I'm going to probably say it's going to be safe to bet that we will be back here. And I would assume we will be getting after our winter wheat. I would assume, but I don't know. I'm gonna talk to TJ and find out what he wants to do, and then we will go from there, and get it all figured out. So go ahead and wait on that. And let's freaking go. So as I said, we're going to pick up a project that I eventually want to do in real life. I just don't know when I'm going to have time for it. Because I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to it. But it is on the bucket list of what I want to do if I ever did a personal build, and I'm sure I'll get some flack for it, but hey, it is what it is, you know. But no, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's been something that I wanted to do, and to be honest with you, at the end of the day, look, at the end of the day, if it's something that you like, man, don't let anybody else tell you different. There's only one you on this earth, and the fact of the matter is that don't let anybody tear you down of what you like or what you want to have in your life. And I mean that. But I truly do mean that. Like, I'm being quite honest with you. Like, at the end of the day, you just got to be you. And at the end of the day, somebody's always gonna have something to say. So just do you anyway. Alrighty. So we need to head all the way up this way and go from there. Alright. So, because I'm just over here just speeding. So, we need to pick up. Well, we're picking up 3 things today, actually. I'll explain. But yeah, just the feel of this map, just all the different twists and turns and all that is just so awesome. And this is just such an amazing map. So give DR his props, man, because I think when this finally comes out, I think people are going to legitimately appreciate this map for what it is. And I don't say that lightly either. Alrighty. Apparently we've got a semi-truck outside my damn window or something. I don't know what the hell it is, but freaking 11:16 tonight. What are we doing here, man? Nah, I'm just kidding, though. Hey, Philly rolls to a 2-0 NLCS lead. Let's go. Let's go, Phillies. Yes, I'm rooting for the Phillies. I'm not even kidding. Alright, so this was actually going to be the place before we found that humongous field beforehand, and well, this gentleman is getting out of the farming business, and well, he has a couple of things that, well, I just could not let go of. I could not just let it go. And one of them being a project that I want to do in real life. And shout out to Gear Wrench for this. Hey, if you're looking for the best trucks in the game, man, y'all gotta go and check out X-Cobra and Gear Wrench. They have such a cool story. They have such they are just some of the nicest people you will ever meet. And their group, in fact, is filled with even with so many cool people. And so, yes, sir, the Gear Wrench cat eye. But oh no, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just your regular cat eye. It's a twin turbo. Let's go. Twin turbo, Dirty Max. And you just can't beat it. But no, if you guys haven't checked out their Patreon, and you guys want some of the best trucks in the game, some of the most highest quality trucks in the game, man, oh man, are you missing out. Go check out Gear Wrench, go check out X Cobra. I am going to put their links in the description. Make sure you guys go check them out, man. And not only that, but make sure you read their Patreon, guys. They have such